And every year we kind of get the confusion about the Exhibit 10 contract meaning, fans not really sure what that means and really confused about the Exhibit 10 signings they make to their team, if they're actually on the team or if they're not on the team. And to kind of summarize it, no, at least not yet. I mean, they're officially on the team's payroll, with an Exhibit 10 contract guaranteeing them I think $50,000 if they remain with the team throughout training camp and then sign or stay with their G League team thereafter. I think that's the official amount they get, and therefore they're kind of on the team's payroll, but they're not on the team's actual roster. At this point, they're just under a training camp deal, and if you're also not aware, every team throughout training camp can carry 20 total players, actually 21 I guess now with the additional two-way contracts, so they can be with the team throughout training camp, preseason, and maybe impress the team to therefore be elevated to the 15-man roster, or potentially to a two-way contract. And following the Lakers having waived Trey Jemison, also not signing Eric Dixon, they do have a two-way contract to offer. Alright, we got some Lakers signing news, with the Lakers having officially signed all four of Arthur Kluma, RJ Davis, Augustas Marciulionis, and Eric Dixon. No, not signing them to their 15-man roster or to a two-way contract, but to Exhibit 10 deals, which pretty much, if you don't know, means a training camp contract. No official update on his injury status or current health status, but given the fact they gave him an Exhibit 10 contract and he will be playing with them throughout training camp, I think that's a positive update in itself, meaning that he's at least healthy enough to be back on the court, or likely will be during training camp. He does have another roughly 2 months before that point, so does have some time to get healthy, does have time to rehab, and maybe get back up to that two-way contract status that he almost got with their team. And well, if you don't know about Eric Dixon, he is a 6'8", roughly 260-pound power forward center hybrid, playing 5 years at Villanova University, being their all-time leading scorer, and that's very impressive for a college like Villanova, having some very great players coming out of that college. I don't know, maybe you've heard about Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, much more after that, but just a few that you might know, and Eric Dixon did outscore them and have a better collegiate career than arguably all four of them. However, the NBA will definitely be a much harder task for him. Unlike college where he was really suited for it and had an offense kind of designed and pretty much built around him, that won't be the same case for the NBA. Now entering the NBA as a 6'8" power forward and kind of a center, in my opinion, his current build and current skill set projects more as a center rather than a power forward. I mean, unlike in college where he could pretty much not move that much and not defend the perimeter that much or have to switch that much, he definitely will have to at the NBA level. And with him being a bit limited in regard to athletic ability, not too bad as a vertical athlete. I think he measured at a near 34-inch vertical at the draft combine, so that's actually not too bad and actually pretty good even for a power forward. But in regard to lateral mobility, this is where he really struggles. Isn't very mobile on the perimeter, isn't very good at moving his feet and switching onto guards or even wings for that fact, so he definitely will have to adapt and get used to it pretty quickly, or he might find himself out of the NBA pretty quickly. So that's definitely priority number one for him, improving in regard to lateral mobility, proving that he can guard the perimeter at the NBA level, at least hold his own and be around average, and simply not a defensive liability. That's what he's got to show first and foremost. Though if we're talking about the other parts of his game, I think it will translate pretty darn well for him. I mean, again, the guy was an all-time leading scorer at his college and a very good one at Villanova, really showing some great true 3-level scoring ability, shooting roughly 41% from the 3-point line last season, while taking a high volume of over 7 of them per game. And again, we're talking about a 6'8", 260-pound player here, so that's pretty uncommon. Even in today's modern game of 3-point shooting and high-volume 3-point shooting, that's pretty impressive. Or then even for his mid-range and inside the 3-point line ability, very good in that regard, is a very good low-post scoring threat, can do everything from shoot fadeaways, left hooks, right hooks, power and body his way to the rim, really overpowers smaller players and even guys that are taller than him that can't quite match his physicality. Eric Dixon's pretty good at that too. And overall here with Eric Dixon, they definitely liked him and they showed that by initially offering him a 2-way contract, now inviting him back to training camp, and I would probably put him as a leader for that 2-way contract. Between what he showed in college, how NBA ready he is offensively, his developed frame and really NBA ready body, just the fact that he does have to show that he's not a liability on defense, I would probably call him the favorite. Maybe not the best fit for what their 2-way contracts don't cover at this point or what they don't have on their 15-man roster. that in my opinion being a 3-and-D wing, but he definitely has the most NBA ready offensive game, and probably is the most NBA ready in general for that two-way contract. But I think that'll pretty much do it for this one, and if you enjoyed the video, then I would greatly appreciate it if you dropped a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day or night.